It's an Infinity Game Changer.
Hi and welcome to this week's episode of Infinity Game Changer. This is Series 3, Episode 8. And in this episode we are talking about the best things sometimes happen when your mind has taken a break. However, the conversation cards is our thing we do every Game Changer. One of us picks a card. You've picked today. Can you tell me your question?
So, what is the belief you hold that most people disagree with you on?
Think about that.
Yep. Okay.
And you're going to read that again and give us the answer at the end?
Yep.
Cool, you happy to do that?
Yep.
Perfect. Right, okay, so let's jump in then. We've got 10 minutes because we try and keep this under 10 minutes. You said to me earlier this week, didn't you?
Yeah, obviously you just had a nice week's holiday.
It was great, thank you very much. Loved my time away.
Came back with some big ideas though.
Usually,
Yep.
Usually I do.
I know when I get that little email, been like meeting. I think it's first Tuesday is back. Here we go. Bring it up.
and Kerry feels the same, and Brett feels the same. Oh, Stuart's been away. Oh my God, what's happening? There'll be some crazy things that we're going to be doing now. And that does happen, if I'm being honest, quite often when I've been away. And we've analysed, why is that? Why is it when I come back from holiday, this business takes big steps forward? And we have looked at it, because it is a thing that happens here. And I've spoke to other people about it. I was speaking to a lady who runs the call answering service that we use here, so we never miss a call. Great call answering service, and the woman that heads that up, she's a fierce businesswoman. She's a lovely personality, and she has the same when she comes back from holiday. The people in the business are like, oh, right, what are we doing? What are we doing, Emma? What are we doing? Because she's got some great ideas. And I think, for me, we are great as humans of doing what is required. We know what needs to be done and we get on with it. And therefore, we fill our days. And I'm an advocate of thinking time. We have focus slots, don't we?
Yep.
And I just look at a holiday as a huge focus slot where I'm going to take time out to think about a process or a thing in this business where I'm not going to be tied in the day to day. I know I'm on holiday and I'm relaxing, but when my brain starts to relax from the operational responsibility of running the 5 businesses, when I go on holiday, it takes me a day or two to wind down. I can then take a step back, and I never purposely think about the thing I come back with. It just organically happens. Because I'm a great believer that when you actually do switch off, which takes about 2 days for me, then your mind will be drawn to a particular thing, and I aren't thinking about it, it just subconsciously happens, but then you start to fix problems, and I think it comes back to, people say, oh, I'll sleep on that. I think there's a great value to that.
Yep.
If I have a big decision to make, I do try and sleep on it. I do make decisions quickly, but I do try and sleep on it if it's a big decision. And if I wake up next morning, we're still on the same thing, then I'm going to go with it. But when I go on holiday and my brain turns off, then I let it do its thing, and it usually comes to me with, this is a system or process that needs to be fixed, and this is the answer. So I'm a great believer in downtime, which is why I take a holiday every 12 weeks.
As I say, you are 3 months solid.
Yeah.
A week off every 3 months, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy, I don't mind. I'm not a fan of working 7-day weeks, but I've got 5 businesses, so I will be in one of my businesses most days. I don't work every weekend. I take downtime, but you never switch off when you've got 5 things running. I spend a lot of time with you and my other managers and Kerry and with other people in my other businesses. But I know I cannot operate at my best for more than a 12-week period. And if I try to, then I don't make good business decisions. So I've looked at the pattern, seen it exists, haven't ignored it, and I've got a choice. I either take a break or I start to make bad business decisions. Well, who would knowingly do that? So for me, part of my terms, my time, energy, resource, money and sanity, part of my terms is that I need a holiday every 12 weeks, and it isn't look at me, I'm on holiday every 3 months. I need that so I can stay focused. Give the brain a rest, step away from the problems, and you will come back with a fresh approach, and then you can fix things. Does that help?
Yeah. Do you think we're in a culture right now of like hyper optimization? Everything has to be optimized. And do you think people would why people don't do it is because they feel guilty about they think that's unproductive time if they're having time away?
I do think that's a culture that exists in this country. I do. And I used to buy into it. Okay, so we've got an example where a few weeks ago, one of the senior leaders in one of my businesses was not operating at their prime. And I've seen this coming for about 2 weeks because I'm well connected with these people. And I know they're not firing on all cylinders. And I've asked them, all right, yeah, I'm fine. And I know there's something wrong. Now, it could be a personal issue, and I believe when you're running a team that's doing the things that my team are doing, you've got to know that team and look after them. I think that's something you've got to do. So about 2 weeks ago, I pulled a chair up in her office, and I said to her, you need a holiday. No, I don't. You need a holiday. Because I'm coming to you now and I'm being fair. So I can't take all of this project, that project. And I have it written on my wall in a 6-foot graphic in my office. You've seen it, and it says, what do we need to do to make that happen? That is the biggest graphic in my office. I can't take all of it. I've got this, I've got that going on. And I answered it with that graphic. Well, what do we need to do to make it happen? Because as a friend, as a supportive person, I could see that they couldn't actually see the woods for the trees. And I know if I let them continue, which they will do because they're great people, but they'll burn themselves out. So I stepped in and said, you may not see it, but I can. You just need some time down. And it's not a bad thing. Because I know if I can cover that person's task for a week or shift some deadlines, they will come back and they're on fire when they're good. So any of that holiday's happening now. And we've done things, like I don't want it just a week off, I want you to plan things, and and I've done some things to help them. I want you to spend a day at a health spa, and money's time doing this and doing that, I'm paying for it for you. Go and get well relaxed, but come back on fire. Because at the minute you're running at 92%, which is way above most of the people. But when that person's running at 110%, they're brilliant. So for me, it's about that downtime. I take it every 12 weeks. I look at my team and I ask them to do it. I mean, I don't think.
I was going to say, you said the same to me. Yeah. With all the mergers, all that. I remember saying to you, oh God, it's just, I've got so much in my head. And you went, what are you doing Friday? I I can't, no, I have Friday off. You only miss it. I think I went to Leeds for the...
Get some time off.
Yep.
Get out of it. Get out of it now. Drop the head, clear the headspace. Because when you're firing all cylinders, you're fantastic. So I've got used to you being fantastic. I'll say it on camera. You're fantastic when you're firing all cylinders. But so then when you become, you're running at 90%, it's oh my God, what's going on? But you can't see it, doesn't it, for the trees. So downtime is important. It resets the brain, and you will find if you do it right, you will come back so much better. And good things happen when you give your brain a break. Don't try and work a 52-week year. Look after yourself. So that's my thing. That got a bit heavy, that didn't it? Deep.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But it's true. Good things happen when you give your brain a break. Sleep on the problem, etc., etc. So the good bit of this is this one. So read the question again, because this felt quite a powerful question.
So what is the belief you hold that most people disagree with you on?
Are you okay to answer that?
Yeah, but it might be a bit controversial.
I think I know you well enough to ride that. And
Okay.
I think people on camera will be wanting to know your answer now.
It came up during COVID, and also I was doing a lot of support during COVID. Obviously, 6 years ago, I was assistant manager in another role, and this whole "be kind" movement. I fully agree with that. You don't know what people are going through. Genuine. Even when people come in here, not to say a name, but Bev in HI is fantastic to be like, just making a cup of tea. You okay, sir? You come in a little bit. You're really good. So you don't know what people are going through. And I fully believe you have to be kind to each other. Human civilization is built on that. But I also think if someone oversteps the line, you've got to think, for example, in retail. So a situation, for example, Paul works in retail. You come in, very irate customer.
As an example,
Obviously, yes.
Because
Yeah, I think we wouldn't. Yeah,
I'm an irate customer.
Mean
Paul,
customer.
Our cameraman's right.
Comes in, starts shouting at Paul.
Shouting at Paul.
Paul's right. Well, it's your
I'm
feeling.
shouting. I lost it, Paul. I'm going to shout at you now. I never do that, by the way, mate.
Yours might be a simple thing of, your phone signal isn't great, but you were cut off on the way to work. You've had a really bad morning. You didn't sleep well. You've got to acknowledge and go. This isn't probably the issue. You've probably got 50 other things. This is just your vent. I appreciate we've got to look after each other. But when it goes too far, who's looking after Paul? So I think people also need to be kind, but also accountable. I think also if someone is overstepping the line, you need to say to them, right, no, you're overstepping the line now. We've all tried to be kind, rein yourself in. And they might blow up at whatever it is, but they also need I think we've got a society of enablers.
I was going to say, so in today's society then, you think the focus has possibly gone a little bit too far to, be kind, and people are therefore no longer accountable for their own actions.
It's getting exploited a little bit.
I was going to say, you feel it's getting exploited.
Yeah, yeah.
I see that point of view.
Okay.
I do actually agree with that. When you think about that, I think you're probably right. I think some elements of society are exploiting that.
Yeah.
And I do think you are right when you say it's okay to be kind, but it's okay to hold people accountable when they're not being. Otherwise, people say, I like your example. So, be kind, but who's being kind to Paul when someone's shouting at him then? Because
it goes back to, we call it being critical best friends. If a client is doing something, okay, your whole example, you're not being kind to yourself by stressing yourself out and stuff. You're nice enough to walk in and go, I think there's something up with you, in a nicer tone. I think something up, you need to take time off. A nice person is like, are you okay? Yeah, okay, and leave it. Whereas you need to be okay enough to say, and then that person needs to go, you know what, yeah, I need a holder. You can be nice, but it can also be a critical best mate. We've had difficult conversations with clients where we've gone, no, I think you need to be doing this.
Yeah, that's true, yeah, we are.
And they need to be held accountable.
One of our things is we tell people, we will be your critical best friend, but we'll be critical. If we think you're wrong, we'll tell you.
Yeah, that.
So you think then that the Be Kind movement has gone a little bit too far and people have lost some self-accountability?
Yeah, I don't think you need to call people out or any of that, but only a bit more accountable for your own actions, I think. Because now it's easy enough to go, well, I've had a bad day and I've this and this, and you go, whoa, that's affecting the people around you though. You need to be accountable as well.
Okay, so that's your belief. What was the question again?
What is a belief that you hold that most people disagree with you on?
Okay.
Maybe it's just my optics. Obviously, my wife is in mental health. There's a lot of my family who works in the NHS.
She works in that, doesn't she?
She in the community in mental health. So does my mum. My mum and wife work together. So, obviously, sister-in-law, mum-in-law, they both work in the NHS. Sister-in-law works in a children's hospital. So maybe the people around me, when I say it, they're all like, whoa, no. And they're very passive.
You're entitled to view that. You're entitled to belief and you view that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you've explained it, your view, I don't think many people disagree with you. But I think initially when you drop the line, people will go, oh, Ben, that's shocking. When you explain like you have, I think people will be prepared to have a conversation around it. And that's probably a good thing.
Cool.
Okay, I like that, mate. That's quite a deep question.
It is, isn't it? I know.
Yeah. Okay, well done. All right, that's it for this episode. We've run over a little bit, but we've discussed quite a bit of length there.
Yeah.
Usually these are 10 minutes, little snippets, and they're out weekly. And we'll be seeing you next week.
See you soon.
See you soon, bye.
It's an infinity game changer.